Warning, the following presentation is only for men who want to attract and seduce beautiful women. This presentation shares breakthrough secrets in female psychology that make a woman obsess over you. It is raw, uncensored, and may shock you. If you are easily offended by controversial topics, please exit this video now.
Hi, I'm Mark, and I'm going to reveal a weird erotic secret that compels women to approach you for sex. A secret that will make even the hottest, most conservative, and most innocent good girl drag you into her bed, strip off all her clothes, take you deep inside her, and ride you hard until you explode in ecstasy, leaving you drained and relaxed and satisfied while she gazes into your eyes, smiles at you, pulls your lips to hers, and whispers, "You're amazing," again and again between kisses. And you're going to get her to do all this without using pickup lines, without paying for flowers or expensive dinners and drinks, and without pretending to be someone you're not. It doesn't matter how shy or inexperienced you are with women. When you use this powerful secret on any woman you want, whether it's that cute waitress at your favorite restaurant, that gorgeous woman sitting alone at the bar, that beautiful coworker you secretly have a crush on, or even that one special woman you've known for a while who treats you like a friend, no matter how far out of your league you think she is, you'll be able to bypass her rejection mechanism, pump her full of desire and lust for you, and enjoy the thrill of her flirting with you, making out with you, and seducing her way into your pants without having her ignore you, laugh at you, or even lie to your face and say, "I have a boyfriend." Now, I know this sounds almost supernatural, especially if you've tried and failed before, but I promise, right here, right now, even if you don't look like a movie star, even if you don't have a beach body, even if you take the bus to work, you're going to discover the breakthrough secret in female psychology that transforms average, regular men into a woman's sexual obsession. And in order for me to prove to you how you're going to get women to chase you, seduce you, and do anything to please you, I have to tell you a story. Warning, the story I'm going to share with you is not only humiliating, it might even seem a bit crazy, but it's very important that you keep watching because everything will become clear to you in just a moment. Now, you may think I've always been great with women, but that's not the case at all. In fact, quite the opposite. For most of my life, women rejected me, laughed at me, and even called me horrible names behind my back. I wasn't popular growing up, I didn't have any special talent, and I wasn't considered attractive. I was a regular, average-looking guy. I was overweight at 273 pounds, and I started going bald in my early 20s. I didn't have a lot of money. In fact, I could barely pay my phone bill. I was also extremely shy and socially awkward, and I didn't know what to say or do to get a woman interested in me. So you can imagine how nervous and how terribly insecure I felt around this one special woman that I met named Lisa. This gorgeous 24-year-old brunette with the hottest, most voluptuous body I'd ever seen. She looked like a goddess facing the sunlight. Absolutely stunning. And I wanted her so bad. Walking up to her and asking her out, that would have been the manly thing to do. But I guess I was too scared. I was intimidated by her beauty and afraid she would reject me on the spot because there were literally dozens of other guys trying to get her attention everywhere she went. And to be honest, I thought she was too good for me. So out of desperation to avoid rejection, I decided to get close to her by being her friend. I figured that if we got to know each other better, then maybe she would somehow develop feelings for me. I did everything I could think of to get her to notice me. I went out of my way to do favors for her every chance I got. I listened to her for hours whenever she needed someone to talk to. I even borrowed money to buy her flowers and expensive gifts just to show her how special she was to me. And guess what? None of it changed how she felt about me. All I got was a polite smile and a lousy hug. It didn't take a genius to realize this was going nowhere fast. She left me no choice. I needed to work up the courage and tell her how I really felt about her before it was too late. We had previously arranged to meet up for lunch the following day, so I thought that would be the perfect time to make my move. I knew it wasn't going to be easy. The odds were already stacked against me, given how unsuccessful I'd been with women in the past. So, to make up for it, I practiced for hours the night before in front of my bedroom mirror, memorizing what I would say while imagining what she would say in response. I analyzed every possible angle I could think of, and then tried to piece it together like a jigsaw puzzle. The next day, I felt ready. I was still nervous, but strangely enough, I had a really good feeling about it. So I met up with her that afternoon at a restaurant near her workplace. And while she was looking at the menu, trying to pick out something to order, I stared passionately at her and said, "Hey Lisa, can I tell you something?" Her eyes slowly shifted from the menu to my eyes. And suddenly, I panicked. My heart started racing, and my mind went totally blank. "What is it?" she asked curiously. My mouth slowly twitched into a smile. Finally, awkwardly, I opened my mouth and said, "I was waiting for the right time to tell you this, but I wanted you to know that I really, really like you." She froze instantly, like she'd seen something out of a nightmare. The silent pause she gave me felt like an eternity. Then she looked me in the eyes and said, "You're a nice guy, but I just don't have those feelings for you. I think we're better off as just friends." I was confused. Nothing seemed to make any sense. This was not how I'd imagined it. I sat there humiliated, and she abruptly changed the subject, pretending that my embarrassing confession never happened. I went home that day feeling like a zombie, like a guy who had just got his heart ripped out and was completely dead inside. I was angry, not at her, but at myself for what a pathetic shell of a man I was. Of course she rejected me. Why wouldn't she? I said to myself as I tried to justify the pain I felt and find some comfort in all the misery. I was sad. No, take that back. I was devastated. And worst of all, I felt like a loser. The inevitable happened. I became seriously depressed. I buried myself in work as a distraction, but I still couldn't get her out of my head, and it was driving me crazy. The more I ran from how I didn't want to feel, the more it came rushing to the surface like an angry volcano. I felt so alone, and things got so bad that there were days when I couldn't even eat or sleep. After spending countless hours replaying in my mind all the rejection and missed opportunities I'd had with women over the years, my frustration became unbearable. I didn't want to live like this anymore. And that's when I decided that I had to figure this out. I needed to know how women think, what they really want, why they want what they want, and most importantly, how to get a woman to be my lover and loyal girlfriend. So I grabbed my laptop and went online looking for answers. But there was no solution. And the worst part is, I knew it wasn't going to be there. All I found were books, articles, and videos from sleazy pickup artists and so-called dating gurus offering misleading and outdated information. And I became even more confused than I was before, because what one guy is telling me to do is the exact opposite of what the previous guy said. Eventually, I ended up right back where I started, and I was disappointed. Again, I was beginning to think that my situation was hopeless. But then one day, out of the blue, I received a phone call from a friend, Brian, who I hadn't seen in years. Brian was the polar opposite of me when it came to women. He wasn't much better looking than me or more financially successful, yet this guy would consistently get the hottest women to sleep with him night after night. I'm not talking about average-looking women. I'm talking 9s and 10s, women who looked like supermodels, worthy of being on the front cover of those fitness magazines. And as embarrassing as it is for me to admit, I secretly envied him. Brian was in town on vacation for a few days and wanted us to grab a couple of drinks and catch up before he left. I was reluctant at first, given everything that was going on in my life, but after hitting rock bottom with no one else to turn to for help, I figured it wouldn't hurt to pick his brain a little. So we met up at a local bar I knew in town and started reminiscing about the past. After going back and forth for a while, I asked him, Brian, you always have so many women throwing themselves at you. What is your secret? After bursting out in laughter for a few seconds, he looked at me and said, "It's no secret. It's science." I was puzzled, but also intrigued at the same time. When I questioned him further, this is what he told me. Women are biologically hardwired to desire sex when they feel a strong emotional connection with you. And when you bypass a woman's defenses by following a specific sequence of steps, the pleasure chemicals in her brain activate and make her sexually obsessed with you. I have to admit, I was skeptical at first. It all just seemed like a lot of scientific mumbo-jumbo. But hey, I was willing to try. After all, what was I going to do? Masturbate to internet porn for the rest of my life? No way, man. I loved women too much to be forced into celibacy. I was sick and tired of seeing other guys get the women I wanted, and I considered it my responsibility to find out the truth. This led me down a path of intense research for the next few months, and I discovered very quickly that everything I thought I knew about women and sex was dead wrong. The idea that women are just not into sex as much as men is not only false, it's a dangerous lie perpetuated by the media. A lie that has corrupted our society and brainwashed men into believing they need to chase women for sex. If you've ever felt at any moment in your life that you needed to have the body of a professional athlete, drive a fancy car, or have a big bank account to make a woman generously want to sleep with you, it's not your fault. I fell for it too. When it comes to sex, the truth is, women don't care about any of that stuff. Why? Because women crave sex just as much as men do. In fact, women want sex so bad that they're sexually frustrated. Women want to sleep with you. They want to surrender to you and fulfill your deepest, most passionate fantasies and desires, regardless of what you look like, how old you are, or how much money you make. It wasn't until months later that I would realize how very true this was. Did you know that the vibrator industry is a $15 billion business? Yes, that's billion with a B, and that number is expected to hit $52 billion by 2020. So ask yourself, why are vibrators getting laid more often than most men do? Why is it that women are not clawing at your pants and bending over backwards to please you? Literally. It's because of one simple and weird reason. See, even though it's the 21st century, women still hesitate to give themselves to a man too easily out of fear of being labeled a slut. They're scared of being condemned by society because they've been taught their whole lives to believe that being a good girl means restricting their sexual feelings and behaviors. And unfortunately, they unconsciously end up dating jerks because good guys like you and me were unable to unravel the mystery of what makes a woman say yes to sex. Until now. Listen, I didn't stumble onto all of this by accident. I actually went on a strange and very exhausting journey before I finally cracked the secret code of female lust. I started studying evolutionary psychology to find out how the female mind really works and what secretly turns women on. I studied romance novelists and discovered the little-known phrases used in erotic books like 50 Shades of Grey that awaken a woman's desire for sex. I dug deep into popular dating forums and blogs and analyzed hundreds of raw confessions from women of all different age ranges. And I uncovered the hidden sexual triggers they all have in common that cause women to completely lose control and make the first move. I even got a few of my female friends to break silence and reveal what made them drop the good girl act and have sex with a guy on the first date. And what happened next totally caught me off guard. I was actually in a coffee shop grabbing some lunch before heading back to work. And when I saw that hot young waitress who had every guy salivating over her, I made a decision right then to put my newfound knowledge to the test. I was scared out of my mind to do it, and I really didn't believe it would work. But I took a deep breath, and I did it anyway. I casually used the Nightingale method I discovered. She looked at me, and color me surprised. Within seconds, she started flirting with me. Within minutes, she wrote down her number on a napkin and tucked it in my shirt pocket. And boom! Right there, I knew I had found the answer I was looking for. I knew I had just discovered the one thing that every man would absolutely kill to have. I could tell because every guy in that coffee shop was giving me a villainous stare when they saw the way that waitress was looking at me. It was at that moment I felt something I'd never truly felt before: complete sexual power. And this gave me the confidence I needed to face Lisa again. Yes, the gorgeous brunette who rejected me before. The same woman who had put me in the friend zone and told me I had zero chance with her. There was no fear. I used the erotic enchanter technique, and it wasn't long before I found her lips planted on mine, her voluptuous breasts pressed tightly against my chest, and her hands gently stroking my inner thighs. I could feel her body shaking with excitement, desperate to pleasure me and be pleasured by me. She followed me back to my place, and suddenly she was in my bed, ready to devour me right then and there. She was so turned on, she could barely control herself. She shoved herself on top of me, and we enjoyed each other all night. When I woke up the next morning and found her beautiful naked body laying beside me, I felt so proud of myself, like I had finally won the lottery and just cashed in the winning ticket. Staring into my eyes, looking happy, satisfied, and hungry for more, she said, "I'm not that kind of girl, you know. I've never done this with anyone before, but I just couldn't resist. There's something different about you." And I just smiled. I couldn't believe it. My dream had finally become a reality, right before my very own eyes. I couldn't wait. I had to tell my brother Scott. I had to tell him what happened. I had to tell him how excited I was. Now, Scott is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, but he was a virgin. He never even kissed a girl. When we talked on the phone, I could sense desperation in his voice as he said, "Mark, you gotta tell me, how does this stuff work?" I wasn't sure at first. I mean, I had worked really hard for so long. Was this really something I wanted to share? He's my brother. What kind of man would I be if I said no? You see, Scott has always been one of the most important people in my life. Ever since we were kids, he's always looked out for me and has been there for me when I needed anything. Scott really is the best brother in the world. And to see him struggle with social anxiety and low self-esteem issues because of his past experiences with women was painful. It got to the point where he seemed ashamed to even look a woman in the eyes for more than 2 seconds. Yet I absolutely believed that if he could learn how to attract the women he desired and deserved, it would positively transform every aspect of his life, like it did for me. So when he asked me for help, I knew I had to let him in on this astonishing secret. With everything bouncing around in my brain, I cracked open my laptop and started writing down every technique, every trick, every strategy I'd discovered, and sent him the finished manual. I didn't hear from him for a week, and I was starting to get a little worried because he wasn't answering his phone. So I rushed over to his apartment, knocked on the door, and when I saw him, it shocked even me. There he was, holding his head high, grinning from ear to ear as he proudly introduced me to his smoking hot girlfriend. Then he immediately dragged me to the side and whispered, "This is amazing, bro. Your Heaven's Door technique rocks. Thank you." I guess Scott finally got laid because he was glowing with confidence. I'd never seen him so happy. Then things started getting a little crazy. Before I realized it, friends, coworkers, 18-year-old guys to 80-year-old grandpas started to use my techniques. And they raved about how easy it was to get women into bed. Somewhere along the way, what I was teaching all these men got the name the Lust Code. And the name stuck because that's exactly what it is. A simple step-by-step system to making a woman sexually obsessed with you. No matter how hot she is, no matter how conservative, and no matter how many other guys are competing for her attention. Which brings us to now, and brings us to you discovering the Lust Code too. I'm about to unlock this door for you. First, there's something I really need you to understand. And this is important. Listen to me closely. This is not about pickup lines. This is not about manipulating women. And this is definitely not about changing yourself into someone you're not. This is about creating genuine attraction and connection with women while being the confident, authentic, and respectable man you can be proud of. So, are you ready to feel what it's like to be a woman's sexual obsession? To be worshipped as a sex god? To have this amazing power? To enjoy passionate and meaningful experiences with women whenever you want? If you're still watching this, we both know the answer is yes. The Lust Code is the result of over a year of intensive, real-world research, interviewing, testing, and perfecting. Hard work I did so you don't have to. Here's just a tiny sample of the secrets you're going to discover and the amazing results you're going to experience when you get the Lust Code today. The Mysterious Stranger. Use this technique to capture a woman's full attention without saying a single word. You'll have her so turned on that she'll be desperate to get a hold of you before another woman does. Next, you'll discover the Hero Reflex. This method is so easy to do, but so effective. It allows you to naturally approach any woman you'd like to meet in any situation without risking rejection. She'll be so interested in you and so inviting of your presence that she'll feel like it was destiny that brought the two of you together. Are you afraid of getting rejected? I will teach you my Captain Confidence method. Use this to permanently conquer your fear of rejection, end your social anxiety, and gain unstoppable confidence around women. You'll get so excited when you use this next one. I call it the low-hanging fruit technique. Use this to easily get a woman to give you her phone number within minutes of meeting her. She'll feel so safe and connected with you that she'll think you're actually doing her a favor. Do you know how to dress to attract women? Most men don't. You'll discover the Mr. Majestic method, which allows you to dress based on your specific body type so women feel irresistibly drawn to you everywhere you go. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. You'll also discover Heaven's Door, an incredibly powerful technique that makes even the hottest, most hard-to-get woman say yes to you when you ask her out on a date. Did you know that you can turn a woman off completely if you kiss her at the wrong time? I'll show you the Kiss Radar technique and how to use it to kiss her at the exact moment she's ready to be kissed so she doesn't lose interest. This next one is downright dangerous in the wrong hands. It's called the Lust Test. Use this to instantly recognize the subtle clues a woman gives when she's ready to sleep with you. You'll be able to anticipate every move she makes as you silently read her sex signals. Ever wish a woman would seduce you? You'll get the Erotic Enchanter technique, which allows you to install vivid sexual fantasies in a woman's mind that only you can fulfill. Warning, this technique can make a good girl become very naughty and start approaching you for sex. Only use this if you really want to know her wild side. Classy comedy. Use this clever method to discover your own personal style of humor so you can make a woman genuinely laugh at your jokes, even if you don't think you're funny. Are you tired of running out of things to talk about? I will teach you the Silence Breaker and how to use it to eliminate awkward silence in conversation and rejuvenate her interest anytime you feel her attention slipping away. The Romantic Daredevil. Why most men make a grave mistake by ignoring romantic foreplay, and how to easily sweep a woman off her feet so she falls passionately in love and even more in lust with you. And it's crazy, I know, but I barely have time to tell you about the Nightingale method, which captivates a woman's sexual mind and imagination like an erotic romance novel. Personally, I enjoy using this method on a woman when we're in a crowded restaurant or a movie theater, teasing and turning her on to the point where she has no choice but to count down the minutes until you're both naked in bed. The rock star effect, which creates an almost instant celebrity-like status in a woman's mind that gets her chasing after you while ignoring every other guy trying to get her attention. The wild tiger, which shows you exactly how to touch a woman's body during sex and how to give her so much pleasure that she starts thinking of you as the best lover she's ever had. And so much more. Nothing is held back. This complete done-for-you system takes all the guesswork out of dating and seduction so you never have to wonder what to do next. Go ahead. Just imagine having a woman obsessing over you. Picture how good it's going to feel when she shoves herself on top of you, guides your fingers up and down the voluptuous curves of her body, and whispers naughty little words in your ear. And just think of how jealous your friends will be when they see you with that stunningly gorgeous woman wrapped tightly around your arms. Feels amazing, right? So let me ask you, how much is a lifetime of enjoyment with women worth to you? What would it be worth to you to end the shame and humiliation of rejection for good, gain unstoppable confidence and power, and enjoy women the way you were supposed to? What would it be worth to you to know with certainty that you'll never be one of those guys who grow old alone? I don't want to bring you down here, but I see so many men who are lonely and miserable every day because they don't understand what women really want. Men who spend so much money on flowers, jewelry, and expensive dates that do absolutely nothing to give them the attention, the connection, and pleasure they deserve from women. Men who live in constant fear of rejection. Men who are forced to watch jerks steal the women they want. Men who are denied the priceless pleasures of real sex. So think about that for a moment. Keeping that steady in your mind, what do you think would be a fair price for the lust code? Many men would gladly pay hundreds of dollars to finally be in control and have an abundance of mind-blowing sex with gorgeous women on command. They would even think that was a total bargain to never have to feel rejected and humiliated by women ever again. However, because you've shared some of your precious time with me and have listened to everything I've had to say, you're getting access to the lust code for a fraction of that. See, my mission is to help regular men like you and me attract, date, and sleep with beautiful women. And I know the best way to achieve that goal is to make the program affordable. So because I'm inviting you to join this movement and be a part of something bigger that inspires positive change for men like us, when you click the button below, you'll get instant access to the lust code for a small one-time investment of just $47. Over the course of a month, that's just $1.57 a day, which is less than the price of a cup of coffee. It's even less than the cost of condoms you'll need this year once you start using this system. Trust me, you're going to need them. And to make this decision as easy for you as possible, you're completely protected by my 60-day, no questions asked, 100% money-back guarantee. Go ahead and download the lust code system right now. Try out every tip, technique, and strategy for the next 60 days. If for any reason you're not 100% delighted with your results, if you don't love the way women look at you and respond to you, and if you don't get more dates and enjoy more sex with women than you do right now, simply send a quick email to support@thelustcode.com and I will promptly refund every penny. No hassles, no questions asked. Your word is good enough. That's more than a guarantee. It's my personal promise to you. I'm willing to put all the risk on my shoulders because that's how confident I am that this will work for you. Simply click the button below now and enter your information on the secure 256-bit SSL encrypted form on the next page. Your information is 100% safe and confidential. You'll get instant access to the lust code, and soon you'll look back at this very moment as a crucial turning point in your life. Everything is going to change for the better when you discover the secrets to attracting and seducing beautiful women today. And just to make this a total no-brainer, I'm going to give you 3 special limited-time bonuses when you say yes to the lust code right now. First, I'll give you my Make a Friend Your Girlfriend guide. You'll discover how to get that one special woman you desire to be your loving and loyal girlfriend. I'll teach you how to tell if she really likes you before you make your move so you don't risk rejection. I will also show you how to get out and stay out of the friend zone even if you've known her for years. Ever wish you could attract hot women online? Your second bonus is called Digital Attraction. This simple quick start guide takes all the confusion and difficulty out of online dating. In fact, it's the easiest way I know to meet the hottest women online and get dates. I'll teach you how to set up an attractive dating profile that grabs attention and stands out from the competition. I'll also show you exactly what to say and what not to say to women online to get them interested and motivated to go on a date with you. Your third bonus is incredibly powerful. In fact, I can't give this to everyone, but if you act right now, you'll get Master of Texting. This exclusive guide reveals how to use texting to escalate attraction with any woman you desire. I'll show you what to say in your very first text after you've gotten her phone number. I'll teach you how to flirt through texting and how to create intense sexual chemistry by sending her a few seemingly innocent texts. You'll also discover the 9 types of text messages to avoid if you want to keep her interested in you. So when you get the lust code before this presentation comes to an end, I'll give you Make a Friend Your Girlfriend, Digital Attraction, and Master of Texting at no additional cost to you. But you must act now while this offer is still available. I can't guarantee these special bonuses will be here if you come back later. It's time to make a decision. You are at a crossroads right now, and you really just have 2 options, leading to 2 very different lives. Option 1 is you can do nothing. You can leave this page right now and never look back. You can keep searching around online, continue down the agonizingly slow road of learning by trial and error, facing costly mistakes and setbacks, taking years to find out what women really want and need from you, knowing you once had the opportunity to date and sleep with incredible women but never took advantage of it. Option 2 is taking total control of your life today by putting the winning tips, techniques, and strategies you'll discover inside the Lust Code system to work for you. To get more attention and respect from women, to create attraction and desire, to go on more fun dates, and enjoy more satisfying sexual experiences on demand. When it comes right down to it, only one of these choices makes any sense at all. Choose the smart option and say yes to the Lust Code right now. Years from now, when you're looking back at your life, don't you want to say that you had the balls to date the kind of women most guys only dream about? We both know that you want this, that you deserve it, so don't wait. Make a definitive decision right now and take the first step towards the women you desire. Click the button below now and get instant access to the complete Lust Code system plus all the bonuses. If you're even remotely interested in getting women to look at you the way you look at them, then you owe it to yourself to at least check out the program. And with my 100% no questions asked money back guarantee, you have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain. Click the button below to get started now. Are you still here? Still making your decision? If so, it's probably because you have a few questions I haven't answered yet. So let me answer some of the most common questions I get about the Lust Code. How fast will I see results? Well, that really depends on how serious you are and if you're willing to commit to following simple instructions. You could start seeing results in as little as 24 hours to as much as a few days or weeks, depending on your level of commitment and how fast you implement the tips, techniques, and strategies you'll discover inside the program. Are there any hidden fees or monthly charges? No, this is a one-time payment only, and then you gain lifetime access to the entire program. I know that there are some websites out there that offer you a great deal on something, but then they stick it to you in some program that charges your card every month, and this isn't one of them. There's no fine print, no hidden trials, or anything even remotely like that. Will it work if I'm over 40? Absolutely. In fact, this works even better for you, especially if you're interested in attracting hot younger women. Men who are older are typically more mature and more experienced and have a much easier time getting past their insecurities so they can take action a lot faster. A woman isn't going to be less attracted to you because you're older. It's only because you're not engaging her in a way that enables you to capture her full attention. I show you exactly how to do that inside the program. So yes, this will definitely work for you, even if you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond. I'm recently divorced and just getting back into dating. Will this work for me? Yes, This program works for men from many different backgrounds and situations. It doesn't matter if you're divorced, have kids, or you consider yourself old school when it comes to dating. The specific techniques and strategies that I teach are universal and will have the same effect because they appeal to the psychological responses hardwired into a woman's subconscious mind. So there's no guesswork on your part. All you need to do is follow the program and you'll start seeing results. What if I'm shy or nervous around women? That's not a problem. I'm a natural introvert as well, so I know how nerve-wracking it can be to walk up to a woman and talk to her. Inside the Lust Code, I go over in great detail how to overcome your fears and build up your self-confidence around any woman you want to meet. You may also find yourself in situations where the strong attraction signals you're sending out causes her to make the first move. What if I have no experience with women? It doesn't matter. This will work for you even if you've never been intimate with a woman before or had very limited exposure to women socially. In fact, when you implement the techniques and strategies inside the program, women will think the exact opposite. They will become so convinced that you have a lot of experience with women that they'll have no idea unless you decide to tell them. What if I'm short, bald, fat, or ugly? None of that matters. The proven psychological techniques I'm going to teach you will allow you to access a woman's subconscious mind and trigger her natural impulses that make her addicted to you. Unlike us men, who almost always evaluate women based on their looks, women don't judge us with the same criteria. And that's because women don't process attraction the same way men do. Women are influenced based on how you make them feel. And once you know how to get inside a woman's mind, your looks become irrelevant. I don't have a lot of money to spend on dates. Will this work for me? Yes. In fact, I actually reveal several fun and affordable places you can take a woman out on a date. However, oftentimes you won't even need to take her out because she'll be so turned on by you that she'll actually want to spend most of her time in bed instead. What makes this program different from any other program out there on dating and seduction? That's a great question. Unlike other dating guides and programs that try to get you to use those cheesy pickup lines or pretend to be someone you're not, the Lust Code is created based on real-world experience and is the only program designed to help you gain a deep understanding of how a woman's mind really works and how to inspire her desire for you based on proven psychological principles. Is my credit card safe? What will show up on my bill? Yes, your credit card is completely safe. Your billing statement will say ClickBank, which is the name of our trusted online merchant. ClickBank uses the highest standard of encryption to ensure your information is kept 100% safe and secure, the same level of encryption used by large banks. Your absolute privacy is assured. Is this hard or time-consuming? I'm really busy. No, this is definitely not hard or time-consuming. The program is organized in a way that ensures you don't have a lot of stuff to memorize and never get overwhelmed. You can go through the entire program at your own pace and you won't feel confused about what to do next. Everything is already done for you. How quickly will I receive the Lust Code and all the bonuses? The entire program is delivered digitally, meaning you get access to everything immediately after you purchase. You don't have to wait for weeks to receive a package in the mail. You can literally get started within minutes from now. Your program access details will be sent to the email address you provide at checkout. You can go back and download the materials to your computer, tablet, or smartphone anytime you want, even if it's 2 a.m. in the morning. So go ahead and click the button below now and change your life today. And remember, you're fully protected by my 60-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee, which means you have 60 full days to go through the entire program, try it out, and if for any reason you don't love it, you can just send me an email and get a full refund. It really is that simple. And let me tell you the truth you probably already know. If you want different results, you need to do something different. And that's why each moment you hesitate to try out the lust code is another moment you will struggle with women. Each day that you're not changing the way you do things is a missed opportunity to get dates and enjoy more sex. This is the moment of truth, the moment that will define who you are as a man. If you don't take advantage of this offer now, you're not just letting yourself down, you're disappointing women everywhere. Women who would love it if a great guy like you rescued them from falling into the hands of sleazy pickup artists, players, jerks, and creeps. Right at this very moment, there are beautiful women out there waiting for you. They want to be rescued. They want you to be their hero. The question is, are you man enough to save them? And that is your decision to make right now. I believe in you. I believe you will make the best and only decision for your greatest chance of success with women. It's the smart thing to do. It's the noble thing. So don't let this opportunity pass you by. Remember, life is short. How many happy and healthy years do you really have left? Your future is whatever you make it. So make it a great one. Click the button below right now and get instant access to the lust code plus all the special bonuses. Thanks for watching.